Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. Good morning to guys in India, in Dubai. Good evening to Rania in Los Angeles. I started this thing a little earlier, Rania, saying that, I met you only once in 2009 over lunch. And since then, as if I've known you, I've been meeting you every day. That's the way I get that feeling. And sometimes it takes 16 years to develop a program from 2009 to 2025. So I thank and appreciate Rania's patience, and she didn't lose that faith in me that even at the end of how many years? Sorry, 19 years 16 years that I come back to, and we have joined the hands together to do the belly dance program. Now, for all our people who want to join, women who want to join the course, and of course for Mini and Meenakshi and so on, I will first introduce Rania and then each of the panelists here. Well, I have known Rania since 2009. I remember how I got to know her, but three quick points here. Rania, I think in Arabic or Greek stands for heavenly. And I think when she spins that heavenly web of belly dancing,
Uh,
no wonder, no wonder she is so well known across the world. Apart from being a top class, world class belly dancer, belly dance teacher, she has written a book called Belly Dancing to Fitness. In fact, I want to speak to her and see whether we could give it to our students at a price, of course, at an additional price. She has cut a lot of DVDs and videos and so on. But she's also a woman with brains. She is a chief finance. I mean, she was a CFO in many companies. Even today, I think she heads the finance function in IT companies, which interestingly are associated very much with Bangalore and India. So to that extent, she is one of our Indian cousins. You can call it that way. And and the third point I want to mention is that she is not just a belly dance teacher or a finance MBA in finance, but she's also
marketing now.
AFA. She has also an amazing fitness background through AFA and various other modalities. And that's how she wrote that beautiful book, Belly Dancing for Fitness. And of course, we are here because finally, at the end of how many 16 years, we bring Rania to Dubai and to India. And of course, as usual, the first halt is Calicut, Dubai, then she goes to Calicut, and then she goes to Chandigarh. Now, why these three cities? The one first reason is that because they're very much part of our training schedule across India and the Middle East. Number one. Number two, they are all in their own right, very big cities. And the idea was, as I mentioned to Rania in some other context, was that I would love to cover, different metropolises or cities of different sizes. I don't like to use the word tier one, tier two, or grade one, class one, but it's a fact. Calicut and Chandigarh both have a lot of energy. They both are beautiful cities in their own way, but they also have people with a lot of curiosity there. And same thing with Dubai. So now, to make summarize our program, we start on August 17 with a series of online sessions, 1 hour every week, where Rania will take the first one live, and then Meenakshi, and let me introduce Meenakshi. Meenakshi is one of India's leading sports physios from Rohtak, that's north of Delhi, and she's the one who's handling our Chandigarh program.
Hello, guys.
She has done amazing. There are two sports which have maximum injuries that they are boxing and wrestling, and she's been managing the wrestler, the juniors and the seniors, national and international teams. And India is very good at boxing and wrestling. Minnie is from Minnie. Put your hand up because like a student, good student that you are. She was I think, a professor of English and then got into fitness. She's in Kerala, and Meenakshi knows Minnie, of course, and. Of course, we have the one and only Amara Al Ahmad from in Dubai now, with a background in from Lebanon. She speaks English, Arabic, and French. She has promised to help me revise my French, which I studied in school. My God, 60 years ago, 55, 60 years ago. And Amara's, of course, she's a graduate degree holder in nutrition and one of Dubai's senior personal trainers. And Smrithi, of course, I can't see her in the background. She's the one who looks after all our coordination and stuff and helps Amara in training programs and so on. So Rania, to come to the main point, we start the online courses on 17th of August. And then we follow that with 2 days physical sessions or in person, or as in India, we call it offline sessions on 25th and 26th in Dubai, then 28, 29 of October in Kerala, and then November 1 and 2 in Chandigarh. A lot of curiosity has been aroused. Enrollments I'm sure, will follow in the next few days after people watch this particular chat with Chinwag, a chat with Rania. So I come to the main first. Of course, I mentioned Rania's background in a very brief way. And because she has got a connect with fitness and she's written a book, Belly Dancing to Fitness for Fitness. My first question to her is, what makes belly dance so important for fitness?
I'm so glad you asked. Belly dancing is a excellent activity for fitness in many ways. The undulating movements articulate the spine, provide spinal decompression, circulation, and nourishment to the joints. They also provide, I don't know if you're familiar with the term dynamic stretching.
Yes.
But when you articulate the muscles of the body in a fluid way, it stretches in a way that, as opposed to static stretching, better prepares the muscles for movement. And these fluid movements also, how can I describe it in a short way? In traditional fitness, where we maybe say, I'm going to work my biceps or I'm going to work my quadriceps, when you perform fluid movements or undulating movements, you're not only working the main muscle groups, you're also working the surrounding supporting muscles. And when you build those muscles, that's how you develop grace and fluidity and a refined movement. And then that segues onto the next benefit, which when you start developing grace and fluidity and your posture becomes more upright, there are some emotional benefits. Women find, wow, I'm really in tune with every part of my body. That's a whole nother topic, the self-expression and emotional well-being and stress relief. Circling back to fitness, you'll see improved flexibility, improved range of motion. The focus on movements in the waist and the hip and the rib cage, waist, hips, and rib cage, really build a strong but flexible core. And you may have an image in your mind of the classical belly dancer with the hourglass waist, because we actually sculpt and tone this area. So something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But we think mostly of these core movements with the torso and the hips, but we are on our toes a lot. People used to make fun of me and call me Arnold because my calves are so well developed from going up on my toes. So you would develop every part of your body. We work the arms, the shoulders, the torso, the legs, even the feet when we go up and down on a pointed toe. So it's really a full body beneficial and natural movement.
That's nice. In fact, okay, to Amara, I'll go in alphabetical order. Amara, would you like to ask any query on this in this regard? Amara, Meenakshi, Mini?
There is a lot of client asking me if I do belly dance for 1 hour, I think, or one session, how much approximately I can burn? Because most of people think about burning if I can lose weight.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. So you'll see when we construct the workout, we start with a warm up, and then we slowly build to a cardio section, which we maintain for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then we slow down. I can give you a real life example. after I had shot some of my early fitness videos, we shot 4 or 5 of them at once. And then a few months later, they were just finishing up the editing and they said, okay, Rania, come in, we're going to do the voiceover. And I was like, oh my God, it's a few, I forgot. I have to go do these workouts so I remember so I can do the voiceover. So I was just doing one workout a day and I lost 5 pounds. I didn't change my eating. It was just like, oh, I got home from work. I better practice because I have that voiceover. So it is, you're burning the same amount of calories as a Zumba class, as a, cardio fitness class.
Yeah, in fact, that's a good question. In fact, to add a little bit, Amara, I think I was doing some research on fitness assessment and testing, and I was
And
looking
one
at
more,
various calories. Apparently, it could be around anything between 200 to 300 calories per hour is what you could burn in terms of, I mean, through belly dancing. Yeah, sorry, Amara.
one more question. If a pregnant, healthy woman, she is exercising before pregnancy and she want to do belly dance, we can guide her to do this kind of session.
Yes, I've had students that stayed in the class up until a few days before giving birth. One student
Wow.
reported that she had 4 kids, 3 of them before she started belly dancing, and the 4th one, she had been belly dancing for a year. And she said that was the only time she had an easy labor.
Wow. Wow.
That's a whole nother question, there's folklore about some of these movements, the stomach movements and the pelvic tilt, etc., being taught to prepare a woman's body for childbirth. So if you're stretching and strengthening the muscles of the abdomen, as opposed to, Western exercise, crunch, 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 you're only contracting. You're not alternating stretching. When you do a belly roll, you're pushing those muscles out and then pulling them in. So when the belly gets stretched for pregnancy, it's going to recover because you've been extending the muscle and contracting it for, however many months or years prior. So the body bounces back faster. The stretching of the stomach is not as traumatic and it's faster recovery. And then if you look at some of the modern childbirth classes where they teach you to tuck the pelvis or to push and connect your breath with your movement, these are all things that are fundamental to belly dance and also yoga as well. But these things can prepare the body for that event and make it easier when it happens. But I would say, it's up to each person to when it comes to cardio and the stage of their pregnancy. If they start feeling I'm sweating too much, or I feel too hot, or I feel dizzy, whether you're pregnant or not, that you should listen to yourself, listen to your body.
That's a good answer.
I want to ask.
Yeah, Meenakshi, Maya.
Yeah. Hi, Rania. How's you doing? Hello.
Good,
Hi,
good. Ask a
doing
question.
well. Can you hear me?
Yeah. My question is, as you said, for the pregnancies, so we have to take some precautions also while giving the sessions of ballet to the pregnant females, right?
They're going to want to take it easier. They're not going to want to be aggressive. They'll want to be more gentle, and they'll want to think about maybe doing the cardio at half tempo.
Okay. The next question is, what is the basic difference? If somebody asked me that, what is the basic difference between the Zumba class and a ballet dance session? So what is the main essence that we ask our clients that you should prefer ballet over Zumba? Why?
It's a different dance style. Zumba is using Latin dance moves. I wish I could show you, but the format of the class is a little bit different. We we have to drill the basic steps in the warm-up because most people are not used to doing these undulating moves. So we have a slower ramp up, whereas there's no undulations, like anyone can walk into a Zumba class and kind of get it.
Yeah.
So there's a more of a ramp up, and then we start teaching combinations, and they're actual dance combinations.
One thing more that because I am being a physio, I treat like back pain patients. So I myself use that pelvic tilting, like lateral tilting, anterior and posterior tilting of pelvis. That helps a lot in treating, a back pain. So what's your intake in that? That how belly dancing sessions are going to help in recovering from the lower back pain or maintaining a good posture?
That's a great question. Belly dancing is great for the lower lumbar spine, for sciatica. Many of the movements incorporate the pelvic tilt, and many of the movements also stretch the lower back. So we're taking weight, we're decompressing the joints of the lower back. It's excellent. When there are times, when I've had to travel 36 hours and then my back goes out, and I go back to some of the basic belly dance movements that we do in the warm-up for every class to help realign those muscles and decompress the spine. I can't say enough about how good it is for the lower back.
And what is the like an appropriate, or you can say approx timing for one session? Is it like half an hour or 45? It's something like that, specificity in that, or according to your endurance or something you can extend or like that?
That's a great question. I've taught in facilities that said they don't want it more than 45 minutes. And other places say, no, we want a full hour. So when I created the videos, the producers insisted on 30 minutes because they felt they didn't want to put something on the mass market that was too intensive. So, anywhere from 30 minutes to a full hour, depending on what your goal is, what your students are expecting, if they need to go easier, if they need something in the middle, or if you have a group of students, they want a full hour, go.
Okay. Be it a beginner, or maybe they known some dance, something moves or something like that. So we'll change the timing. Okay.
Yeah, also you can construct the workout and say, we're going to add a section of abdominals where we go on the floor.
Yeah.
And what kind of music we are going to use more, like when you are going for 2 days offline session, you personally going to teach. So at that time, what kind of music we are going to prefer, or something specific music that we need for our ballet sessions?
I'm going to share a folder on a Google Drive with probably 50 songs or so. And some of them are like traditional belly dance, some of them are modern, some of them are fusion, so that you get a sense of the kind of rhythm and tempo used in the class, but you'll have choices to say, well, I prefer this type, or I prefer this modern fusion type, or no, I like this traditional type. So I'll provide a really good range of choices for you.
Okay.
Sir, one last question. Actually, I have some queries. People are asking me about that workshop. So basically, what we are going to cover in the offline sessions and online sessions, basically, because offline, so you are coming and you are teaching, so that's a different thing. But for offline classes, what we are going to cover? Because people are asking that what we are going to learn in offline sessions.
Okay, so online we're covering the basics. The basic isolation moves, the basic combinations, the traveling steps. And then as soon as we meet in person, we're going to review the online part. Now we're going to talk about how to build a class, how to check someone's posture. What could happen if they do this movement incorrectly? What are some different ways to put combinations together to make sure well, if you're working the front of the body, you have to work the back of the body. We can't forget the arms, how to put it all together and make an effective class.
Okay.
And
How
to
to
empower you with the tools to build your own classes, not just I have to follow her format. To really get you to understand which combinations work and how. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. See, I think to summarize what Rania said is, we have 12, or to supplement it, we are going to have 12 sessions, online sessions, in which, of course, she will cover the basics and introduction to belly dance. The first and the last of the 12 sessions, I think she will teach live. The others, of course, then Mini, Maya, yourself, and Amara can then teach or explain in the local languages if required, so that it becomes easier for the students to attend the physical, in-person, offline / classes in Dubai, Calicut, and Chandigarh. So that was that. I'm glad you covered that. Thanks to Maya's question. My next question is, of course, is it only for women? Some men are asking me that question. Is it only for women?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why can't we do that course? That's one part. And secondly, how does belly dance help women? Of course, you already covered in two contexts. One is safer birthing. That's popular folklore. Probably, yes, you also covered the fact that, it could help in terms of self-image or confidence or whatever. But what other benefits do you think are there for women? And the second question is, what about men like me? I mean, my belly dance is involuntarily. You guys make your belly dance voluntarily. That's the difference. But can men do it? Do men do it in Egypt or Greece or Turkey or wherever?
Yeah, so I'll start with the women. So in addition to the physical benefits we touched upon earlier, body awareness. So many women in my classes, I don't know about, in India, but in the US, they're told, okay, you go to high school, then you go to college, then you get married, then you have to have kids. And then you do all this and they're going, what about me? And they come to a Bellydance class and it's the first time they're, because we learn how to isolate every single move. The shoulder is separate from the arm, it's separate from the chest, it's separate from the neck. And it's the first time they're really paying attention to their body and doing something for themselves. And the health part is that's just the icing on the cake. They're learning about different cultures, costuming, getting excited about music, and it just opens a new world, for many students. It builds confidence as you start to become graceful or achieve things. When you first learn to shimmy or do some turns or do a combination that when you first saw it, you thought I'll never do it, and now you're doing it, you build confidence. And now you're in a group and you're sharing this experience with other people. You start making friends, you make plans to go see a dance at a restaurant. It just mushrooms from there.
Yeah, for one thing, of course, Bollywood dancing is not the same as belly dance. So there's a lot of difference there, right? What we see on Bollywood or what pretends to be belly dance in Bollywood or the other woods that we have in India, across India. Obviously, that's not the real traditional belly dance that Rania is speaking about. How many forms of belly dance do you have? I mean, generally speaking.
Answer the question about the men.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh, yes. You forgot me.
Yeah. So remember, it was, I think in the 1930s that the French saw Middle Eastern women dancing. And, the French come from ballet where the torso is straight.
Yeah.
They saw the women dancing with the articulation of the spine and the pelvic tilt. And they said, dancing from their stomach. This is the dance of the stomach, la danse du ventre, right? And now that where the term belly dancing came from. But before that, it was just Middle Eastern dance. The same way that if you go see a Polynesian show, there are male hula dancers and female hula dancers, but the men have more angular, straightforward moves. They're not as flowy, and the different costume, and they'll usually dance with a spear. So the same for, Middle Eastern, they all do this dance, but the men will usually wear a long robe, They usually do a dance with a stick. So I shared a document with you, or I answered all these questions, so it'll be easier for you to translate.
Yeah, yeah.
I also
It'll be nice.
shared links to some male belly dancers, so you can see it. So there is
Rania,
a male version and a female version, but the basics are all the same. They all learn the hip drop, the hip lift, the chest
Okay.
lift, a
Okay.
different style, a different
Okay.
variation.
Okay. Thanks, Rania. Mini, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Hi, Rania, Mini here. I'm from Kerala. And my first question is, I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer. I mean, the Kerala traditional dancer, classic dancer. How it will be for me to learn belly dance? Will it be difficult to change from one genre to another genre? So will it be difficult or easy for me to learn? Because here we don't have much like, Bollywood style and such kind of dance. Most of the ladies here are learning classical dance. For those ladies, how it will be difficult or easy?
Every new endeavor takes practice. That's why I keep saying, Dilip asked me, is 12 weeks enough to get the basics? Only if you practice. Because you're learning a different way of moving. You have to practice enough to get that muscle memory. So it will feel alien for the first 3 weeks. You'll feel like, what am I doing? It feels weird. I'm not used to moving this way. After 3 weeks, it starts to kick in. By the 12th weeks, you'll be able to do the basics and brag about them to your friends. Only with practice. If you just don't do anything from one class to another, you won't be remembering things, or your movement will be stiff and it won't look correct. So yeah. I took ballet classes for a while, and to learn that pirouette took me at least 2 months. And when I finally did it, it was 9:30 at night. And I was so excited. I called my ballet teacher and she says, what are you doing? It's 9:30 at night, but I did a pirouette, but it just, you have to, train those muscles. And then once you get it, you're smooth sailing.
Okay. And I hope that you will be sharing some videos for us to refer, no, later after the session. Dilip sir, and
Yeah, see, okay, what we do here is before each online session, Rania will share with us PDF files, learning resources, and of course, videos also. And that will be the basic stuff. And then, of course, as Rania said, no amount of lectures or theory or online, physical, whatever is going to help unless the person actually practices, right? And
all courses.
the objective should be to practice. The certificate follows subsequently. The objective ought not to be getting the certificate in hand, but as much as practice. And obviously, the practice will be based on videos which Rania will share with us.
Okay.
okay, one more question, Rania.
Yeah, please.
It's like, we people, especially ladies here, they are having too much inhibition to wear those dresses. We are very much familiar with the belly dances from the YouTube. As Dilip sir told earlier, that it's like Bollywood kind of wearing little dress like that. We have some sort of inhibitions to join this class just because of that. Is it mandatory for us to wear, or what will be the dress code? And it is it.
Your sound was a little distorted.
Yeah,
Dilip,
I will ask. I will explain Mini's question. For whatever reasons, thanks to the Bollywood or whatever, the general association of ideas, let's say, belly dance is associated with skimpy clothes. Do I have to reveal my body, or do I have to do this? You know what I mean? So this is one of the major instinctive causes for asking. I mean, it's very natural for women in India to ask this question. So that's what Mini is saying. Is it necessary or mandatory to wear those skimpy clothes and to dance?
No. And it's a great question. I was saying, that when the French saw the dance in the 1930s, they said, oh my God, they're dancing with their stomach. when the people in the United States and England, which were very conservative Victorian at the time, when they saw that the women were wearing, they weren't even skimpy, they were just, they had a short sleeve and you could see their arm, and they had skirts to their knees. They'd never seen a woman leg below the knees. They were like, oh my God, these costumes are revealing. And then they started coming up with all these artist renderings of what they must be. Then flocks of tourists went to the Middle East saying, we want to see these dancers. And they're going, we don't have that. We just have these women in our traditional dress. The club owners started making these costumes to meet the expectation of the West. But the actual dance just comes from the folkloric. If you want me to share my screen, I have a video link. I can show
Yeah.
you.
I'll make you the host. 1 minute. A sec.
Okay. So, and then even now when we dance, when I was younger, I wore two-piece costumes. Now I wear a dress.
Okay, I made you the host now. You
Up
can
to the
share.
student. In the classes, people just wear like what they would wear to a Zumba class or a yoga class.
Okay, you're the host now.
Okay, I'm the host. I'll share a video of this is on the, it's asking me to change my settings for Zoom. Hang on. Okay, sorry. It's saying I can't share my screen on Zoom. If I put the link in the, there's two links in the
No, all
chat.
that you do is, no, what you could do is, see, at the bottom or in the middle, you will see that green arrow, a green square with an arrow.
I know
Share.
when I clicked it, it said you have to restart Zoom to enable it to share. So I don't want to leave the
Okay, then
web.
do one thing. Can you WhatsApp that link to me? I will
I just
open it
put
for
it in
you.
the chat, right here in the chat.
Okay.
There's two of them. You can pick any one.
Yeah. So
That's a
I think you'll have to make me the host again quickly. Go to participants.
Oh.
Go to participants. You'll find my Gaio, I think, GAY, Gaio Fitness Academy. Click after the, and make me the host.
Okay, you're the host now.
Okay, so now I will.
This is the most famous Middle Eastern dance troupe called the Reda Troupe. They've been the top troupe since the 1960s. They are at the top venues. They fly all over the world. They've been in very famous Egyptian movies. I mean, this is what the dance is. There are places you can go where the women wear less and where they wear more. It's just become an option at this point, but it's absolutely not mandatory, and many dancers prefer to be fully dressed.
Just a sec.
These are all really great questions.
Thank you, Rania.
No, let me open that thing. I'm not able to open it here. 1 minute. It's a link on the chat, so I have to drag it down and sorry. No, I'm not able to open it, but what I'll do is, Rania, I will share it with the ladies a little later. That will save time.
Okay, it's on the document I sent you. I sent you.
Yeah. I'll share it with them. I'll share it with Minnie, Maya, Meenakshi, Minnie, and Amara later. Yeah. Okay. So finally, the last point is, some women have asked me directly. Even Minnie has got those, and even Maya has got those queries from ladies. What if someone wants to learn belly dance as an art form? Can this particular course that we are doing be the starting point for learning belly dance as an art form, not
Yes.
from the point of view of fitness.
Yeah. That's why when we originally created
Yes.
Belly Dance Pathway,
Yes.
the basics are the same for both. The only
Yes.
difference, are you going to go on to the art form, or are you going to focus on, after you learn the basics, are you going to focus on putting them into a fitness routine?
That's
So
right.
the basics are there. And then in the in-person class, the very last few hours, we're going to dive into the art form. We'll
Yes.
learn some
Okay.
self-expression, different types of music. We'll have a little improvisation section where you can start looking at the art form and different styles of dance.
Okay. So basically, this particular program can be a starting point for those who want to develop an interest in belly dancing per se, and then want to pursue it as an art form in itself, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
there are about 15, maybe more different styles of belly dance. There's Egyptian, Greek, Lebanese, Turkish are the main ones. And then there's some newer styles that came around, like American cabaret in the 60s and 70s. The Middle Eastern clubs had all different ethnicities, like Egyptians,
Yeah,
all Lebanese, all in the same club. So the American cabaret mixed all the styles.
that's right.
And in later years, in the like 1980s or so, they developed what they call a tribal fusion. And then there are folkloric styles as well, but all of them share the same essentials.
Okay.
So once you learn the basics and you choose a different way to style that movement with a different type of music, now you've embarked on that different style. But the basics
Okay.
are the same to all of them.
So, but there are visible differences in the different schools of belly dancing, right?
Yeah, so I wish I could stand up and show you, but for example, Egyptian and Turkish, they both do a movement called the hip drop.
Hip drop.
But
Okay.
yeah, but like where you just drop one hip to the music, drop, drop, drop. But in the Egyptian style, the music will be slower, more almost like classical
Okay.
music.
Tempo
And when
is
they
slow.
drop it,
Okay.
it'll be very delicate. And
Okay.
Turkish, the music will be faster, and when they drop it, it'll be like, get out of the way. That hip's gonna, but it's still the hip drop.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how you execute that movement, how you stylize it,
Okay.
will lean towards one style or another.
So in Turkey, I mean, of course, I'm a layman, you're the expert. In Turkey, is belly dancing anyway connected with the Sufi, SUFI, Sufi whirling dervishes, or that kind of dance, or is totally different?
Now the Sufi is, although you will find dancers that will do an interpretation of a Sufi dance. So at a
Yes.
lot of belly dance shows and belly dance festivals, you'll find some dancers doing like their tribute to a Sufi dance, but the actual origin comes
Is
from mysticism.
different. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rania. I think Amara, Maya, Meenakshi, Smrithi, have you any questions?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, is there any specific health conditions which, they can do, or
Okay,
which else?
contraindications. Okay.
Yeah, or something which are not allowed it to do?
I mean, same for any group fitness class.
Okay.
If you have an injury, if your doctor has told you not to do cardio, step, Zumba, yoga, same guidelines.
Okay, that's a good question, Smriti. That's a good question. Bashir has just joined us at the fag end. Any questions, Maya, Amara, Meenakshi, any questions that you would like to ask?
Oh, thank you so much,
Okay,
Rania.
yeah.
You add a lot of
Yeah, thank
information.
you.
I know this
First time,
yeah.
Meeting you.
it's my
Ma.
first know that belly dance care about posture, about flexibility, about tightening, losing weight. Thank you so much, Rania.
So I think a 20-minute chinwag went on to be 47 minutes. I suppose the viewers will pardon us, but I'm sure they'll enjoy the information Rania has provided us.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much, Rania. We will obviously, as scheduled, we'll start the classes on 17th of August, and then we look forward to your being coming here. And of course, the last point, you had done those DVDs and you've written that book. Are they still available on sale?
I don't think they're still in production.
Oh,
If you want, I can, between now and the time that I arrive,
yes.
well, we're making new, I have an inventory of DVDs that
Okay.
I can bring. I
Okay.
don't think I can get new ones if we need more.
Okay.
The book is not in print anymore, but
Okay.
I can make a new version of it,
That'll be
available.
nice.
Yeah.
That'll be nice because whatever these students learn in the online classes and offline classes, that can be further buttressed or supplemented with the book, and it'll be nice. It'll be nice to way to cherish and continue dancing with belly dance. Thank you so much, Rania. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure whether you already had a dinner, but in any case, enjoy your dinner and whatever is left of the evening. And
Thank you so
good night.
much.
And thank you so much, Maya, Amara, Smrithi, Mini. And of course, Bashir joined a little late, but good night to, good day to all of us here and good night to Rania. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you, Dilip
Bye.
sir and all.
Yeah.
Rania, bye. Good night.
Bye.